hill. Here's Spring Hill and Blackview, and Mount Shasta behind. So you can see how the building in many ways becomes another, the geometry of the building, being this arch, mimics a lot of the geometries of the mountains around. So in many regards, it's very much in geometric form to the natural features of the site.
Now, how is this in relation to the city within the mountain itself?
Well, it's related to it architecturally, in that much of what we understand that subterranean city to be, the vocabulary of their architecture, is very much the vocabulary of this building. Curvilinear forms, translucent crystalline effects, buildings that are integrated with the natural setting and which also contribute to growing the vegetation and so on. In other words, a built environment that's very much a part of the natural environment, which is what the subterranean culture promotes. So the approach of this building is very much like that. So in that regard, it's almost an extension of the understanding that we have, anyways, of the subterranean culture. And what was her name? Diana Robbins was here. Yeah, she was here. We met with her for about 3 hours, and she has mentioned that Adama is very supportive of the project, and wants us to.
And she has quite an interesting book.
Yes, she does. She has a second book out now, a revised version, and she's moved to Mount Shasta as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are we ever going to see the sky this blue again, though?
What is this here?
This is a map that was done to explain the changing, the yearly changes of the sky, and how to find them, how to read them. Mm-hmm. And so we're basing a lot of the moving floor. If you imagine this to be a floor, and these dials move at different speeds, so that if you say, okay, you miss, when were you born? Let's say I was born September 15th, 1950. Okay, do you have an idea what the skies looked like back then? The stars? I have no idea. Well, let's take a look, shall we? So suddenly we can dial these things on the floor, and people, you can stand on. This is a gigantic floor, and these move so that we can then align these in to September 18th, 1950, and then see what the galactic map of that time looked like. And from there, we can then relate to three-dimensionally, how do we find ourselves, how do we find the Earth's position among the other positions of the planets and stars at both that time and now, and in the future, and what does that mean? So what we're trying to do is to create a three-dimensional map of understanding the relationships of heavenly bodies to each other at different times in the planet's history and in the future, and how different things are aligning with each other. In the floor of the fourth level, the outdoor level of the building.
With an observatory.
With a
yes,
there would be
stargazing.
Yes, there'd be several. We're thinking of several telescopes that would show that.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And also to talk about.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Tsui, and that was a wonderful presentation, wasn't it? So we have this to look forward to in the future, and it's going to be a wonderful thing for Mount Shasta. And a wonderful teaching, and a wonderful explosion of energy and color and new life. Once it gets started, it's going to take a couple of years to build it all, but we can all be part of that and watch that grow. And you know what? We can change, and I think this is a lot of what this is all about, is that things don't have to stay the same, and we don't have to stay the same, and we can change our diet and change our life. And you know, a lot of people think in a lot of ways, but a lot of people don't think about architect so much, you know. So this is the role that Eugene has taken on here for us. So we hope that you all enjoy this show, and we're going to continue with this because we're just starting to talk about the subjects of the new TELOS that's coming to Mount Shasta, and we hope to show you some more about some of the buildings that he has already built. I'd like to maybe take a trip down to show the buildings in Harbin Hot Springs. We could have a field day of that, a field trip. And some of the other ones that he didn't even talk about, where he's got openings to the sky and different dimensions that you walk through. So thank you very much, and look forward to our next visit and talk. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Be sure to emphasize to your audience, always question everything that you assume. Question your assumptions and your expectations, and you can create incredible, wonderful, imaginative things if you do that. So let's all devote our lives to creating things that we never thought we could ever dream or see of.
All right.